All right, man. Cholo, choque los tres chingones, boxing, salsa, other chingones, y chingonas. Man, my apologies. I wasn't even sure if we're going to be able to do a show today, which is why it took so long for me to set it up, man. Usually I set it up much earlier during the day, and that wasn't the case today, man. Just trucking it on the road, and the road is very unpredictable. With that, let's see if we can get David and Mikey on here. As it stands right now, they're not on, but we were already running pretty late. So hopefully they get a chance to tap in, man. If not, orale, it'll just be you and I, Holmes, me and you. Ooh, I'm not gonna start singing, dog. That's a classic, Holmes. I shouldn't play around with that. So anyway, but one thing I will do, I will open up the phone lines. Let's get into a lot of cheese, man, dog. All the rumors going around, everything that's going on, anything you guys want to talk about. There's not a lot of boxing going on this weekend, but there is just novelas going around all over the place in the sport of boxing. But before I do that, um, let me go ahead and talk about the fight that happened over the weekend with Brandon Figueroa and Nick the Wrecking Ball, homie. What's up, Gordo Gordito? Andrew. All right. So I last week, last week, I had said that Brandon Figueroa was not only going to lose, I thought he was going to get stopped. And I thought he was going to get stopped because Brandon, wow, for a quick minute, I was kind of hyping the dude up for a quick minute. I never saw anything special in him, and I still don't. Okay, but for a quick minute, I was kind of on the bandwagon with him, and I'm like, all right, cool, dog. As you know, he was better than his brother Omar Figueroa, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, he really started falling off, and then his rematch that he had with Stephen Fulton, I was like, dog, what happened, man? What happened to Figueroa? Because the first time they fought, it could have gone either way. Some people think Brandon won. I was kind of on the fence. I was just kind of like, I don't know who won this fight, man. It was a close fight. Then you got the revancha in at 126, which should favor Brandon since he's naturally the bigger guy. And that dude looked a hell of a lot worse. A heck of a lot worse than the first fight. And I was just like, okay, I think this Vatos lost it. I think this dude's done, homie. I think this guy's done. You know, I see. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He had never been stopped. But because of what I was seeing from him in his performances, I was thinking he threw in the towel already. I was thinking like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think this kid's got the eye of the tiger. I don't think he got heart anymore, man. He's the heartbreaker, yes, for sure. But I don't think he's in love with the sport. I don't think he's in love with fighting anymore. Just his last few performances, I was just like, that's it. That's it. In my opinion, I thought this was all for Nick Ball. I mean, if you think about it, where did the fight take place? It took place across the pond. This was all, in my opinion, was made for Nick Ball. All right, to have somewhat of a notable name, not to say that Figueroa is some sort of superstar, but it's a decent name to have on your resume. I thought this fight was made for Nick Ball to build up his resume a little bit more, have a good win under his belt, and say like, "Hey, look, Nick Ball is the real deal." It's like, okay, but dog, so much went into this, right? Let me um, let me see if I could pull this up right here. So much went into this that went on with them fighting over there. I really should have had this ready. Spencer. Let me see. Okay. Oh, that's reaction. Okay. All right, I got it right here.
What is it about
Chinga. Okay, we'll get to it in a second. because there was some drama going on over there, man. So anyway, Andrew, I didn't see that fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. It was a good back and forth fight. Um, Obviously, there's a big height difference, right? It was a good fight right up to the 12th round when Figueroa drops him. And you know what? That first knockdown, Nick Ball is face first down on the canvas. I thought the referee did a piss poor job in counting. I really did, man. I thought he could have reached a 10. I thought the referee, I'm not going to say the referee was dirty, but the referee, I think, kind of had his little favoritism with Nick Ball, which is fine. You see that all the time, right? This is happening over there on the other side of the world. But, with Nick Ball face first on the canvas, him taking his time, the way he's counting, I'm like, I don't know, dog. I think it's over, man. He gets up, and in my mind, I'm like, if this fight continues, and he was up at the end of the cards, and I'm like, if this fight continues, right? As I'm watching it, I was thinking, if this fight continues, even with that knockdown, I think they're still going to give it to Nick Ball, right? Figueroa puts the pressure on him, basically almost knocks him out of the ring through the ropes, right? Boom, the fight is over. Robles and his team, they all come running in. They're cheering. They're cheering on their guy. Their guy, they went to the other side of the world to go get the title. Beat Nick Ball. They're there. They're celebrating. What happens? Nick Ball's corner, they take offense to that. And when they took offense to that, they wanted to start pleito with Figueroa's corner. While Figueroa and his team are celebrating in the ring, while they're celebrating their victory, Nick Ball, it's like two dudes, man. I don't know if it's everybody, but it was like two dudes that wanted to start throwing down with Figueroa's corner. Now, the way I saw it with the European commentary, Okay, that's how I saw it. I give credit to the European commentary because they said Figueroa's team did nothing wrong, and they didn't. I get it, dog. Your fighter got his ass kicked. It looked like maybe he was in the fight. Maybe he still could have won, but he got his ass. He lost. He got knocked out of the ring. For you fools to go over there because the dude that beat your guy, in this case Figueroa, he's celebrating his victory. He just became champion, damn it. Now you want to go in there and start a fight. Let me get Mikey in here. What's up, Mikey?
What's up, Ed? My bad, man. I've been at work, and I'm a little late. My bad to the people listening.
No, it's all good, Mikey. What was your thoughts on Figueroa and Nick Ball?
I mean, I saw a competitive fight. It was good. I never paid attention to Nick Ball. Dude, he's 5'2". He knows how to box. It was a good fight, and he got caught at the end. And right now, I just caught what you said. The ending. Yeah, that wasn't cool, man. In boxing, there's a tradition you celebrate. I know you don't supposed to celebrate when someone gets knocked out in regular life. You know what I mean? Cheer, but this is boxing, and the ultimate goal is to beat up the opponent and knock them out. And these guys show that they're cheap. And in England, they do this. Not England, but in the UK, they known to do this to disrespect and spit on people and throw stuff. And that was cheap. That was bad.
Yeah, dog. They started throwing things in the ring. Let me pull this up real quick so everybody can see what we're talking about. I don't know if I want to show like the whole highlights, man. Why is it always shorts and why is it like this? All right, so this is footage. All right, so this footage right here, right after Figueroa wins. Let's see. Let me bring it right here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh! They start throwing things in the ring. Mikey, they just won.
Mm-hmm.
They just won, Mikey.
Yep.
They keep throwing drinks. They keep throwing beers in the ring. As soon as they started hugging, celebrating in the middle of the ring, Mikey, somebody runs in, and it looked like it was like 2, 3 crews that wanted to throw down.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Yeah, and from the outside looking in, we don't know what exactly what happened in the inside, right? What if someone disrespected someone's mom or some other crazy? But yeah, yeah, that was disrespect, man. You celebrate after a win, and the ultimate goal, like I said, to do is knock out the opponent, and you celebrate. That's the brutal sport, the reality of it. So that was stupid, man. That was messed up for the Mexican American fighter to get treated like that.
You know what, Mikey? I never even thought about that, man. Maybe somebody said something. Maybe somebody yelled
Yeah.
to the corner, like, "Yeah, you know, I told you we'll f you up," or something like that, right? That could be possible. Um, the fact that dudes jump in there and want to start throwing down after the fight, you know, and I want to get into everything that Manny Robles was saying, but before the knockout, Mikey, how did you see the fight?
It was to me. It was a good fight. It was competitive fight. Manny Robles said in an interview. He said that he had to go for the knockout. That his fighter had to go for the knockout because he was fighting in enemy territory, and I believe so. So it was a good fight. And I was like, man, he's not gonna get the decision, and that's why he stopped him. He's supposed to do that, and that's what Manny knew, and that happened.
Let me see. Okay, let me see if we can be a little bit of detectives because I'm looking at something right here. Let me um let me bring this up. Hold on. Um, let me take that down. No, okay. So I never thought of that, Mikey T. Just brought it up, right? Did somebody go say something? Okay, now I think I'm probably seeing something here.
Oh,
So
what?
okay, so here we go, right? Okay, so here's the knockdown. This is where the referee stopped, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So let me show you this. Okay, you see this guy over here that's about to jump into the ring?
Yeah.
Okay, he's about to jump over the top rope. Now he runs over here. I mean, can you see the little mouse that I'm moving around?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that.
Okay, okay, he jumps over the rope while the rest of the crew is right here. I see him run over here to the blue corner. It doesn't show him what he does, but it shows him from the blue corner run back to the group. So
Ooh.
I don't know if he mouthed off. Watch. He jumps over there. He goes to the blue corner. The camera switches, and then when he comes back, this is him right here.
Mm.
Him right here. So he's running back to to the crew, man, to the camp, to the Manny Robles and Figueroa. So I don't know if he ran over there and said something, and then he comes back, and now he hugs Brandon,
Who is that guy? I want to see his face.
and that's when somebody goes over there like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Right?
Yeah.
And that dude, yeah, and
You know
check,
what? Yeah. There it
yeah,
is.
yeah, look, check this out, check this out. Okay, there he is. That is that tall
Oh,
guy.
they told him. They grabbed him. He probably
Yeah.
spit in somebody's face.
Okay, Mikey, I just saw right now, and I didn't see this, Mikey. He got
Yeah, you're from the streets. You're from the streets, Ed. When disrespect your mom or they disrespect something. There's no rules. And he did something. And look, the cops or whatever they're grabbing him. Say, hey, what are you doing? You're from the
okay,
streets, Ed. You know what's going
okay,
on.
okay. They're going after him, Mikey. Check this
Yeah.
out. Check this out.
Oh yeah, you see?
Look, you see the little short guy right here?
Yeah, it's Ball's brother or something.
Yeah, okay. He's about to kick that dude.
Mm.
Keep an eye on him. He kicks him. Watch out, watch out. Right there. Right there. Kicks him. Boom.
Ooh.
Kick him in the back of the leg.
Yeah, who is he? He probably looks like he's from over there, the UK.
Yeah, and then you got that black dude who went in there too. I don't know if he's part of Nick Ball's camp or what, but he wanted some pleito too. But I think they were just going after the dude with the hat.
Yeah, okay. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, got him clean.
Yeah, man. That was the first. I thought, Mikey, I thought this could have been a 10 count right here, dog. With the first one, I thought this could have been a 10 count. He's face first down on the canvas. I thought it could have been a 10 count, man.
Uh-huh.
But this will knock him out. I want to see if they show that one more time to see. I was looking for other camera angles right now.
Well, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. He goes over the rope.
He doesn't look Mexican, dude. Who is this fool?
Okay, yeah, they're not showing it.
You got it
Okay.
though. That they weren't after him. They went after him solely. Why?
Yeah, they went after him. I
Yeah.
just saw. I never thought about that, Mikey, till you just brought it up. So I'm like, let me see if I could pick up some footage.
You
And
got it.
That's what stuck out to me. That dude in the hat goes over the top rope and he jumps to the blue corner, which is Nick Ball's corner. The camera shies away, and when it comes back, he's coming back to his group to figure it out and everything. And I saw that everybody was going after him specifically. So yeah, maybe there was something there, dog.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something there.
14 on each chicken.
One.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Not even no one on these podcasts are talking about. They're just saying that it was disrespectful. You got it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Lots of echoes. I hear a little bit of a background noise as well.
Yeah. Let me see.
It doesn't sound too bad. That's the guy. Kick. Yeah. Kick.
I'm gonna. Can you let me see my camera? I gotta switch it. I'm gonna get off and get it back on, or how does it work? I'm gonna switch my camera angle.
Yeah, no, the camera angle is all right, I guess. But I mean, if you want to switch off and switch back on, it's all good.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna do that.
All right. Okay. It could be because he's on the phone as well. But Manny Robles overshadowed by Robert Garcia. It's why we really don't know about Robert Garcia. Always steals the sunshine. I wrote off Big Fig. I'm eating crow. Hey, so did I, man. So did I. I thought Nick Ball was going to take him down. I really did. I really believe that. But you know what? Okay, so Brandon Figueroa, outside of all that drama, Brandon Figueroa is back in the winning box. What's up for him at 126, dog? And look, for me personally, and just listening to all week long that he is not going to fight Espinosa, that's really the fight I would like to see because those two dudes are both tall. Espinosa is still a little bit taller, but Brandon now is one of the top guys at 126. In my opinion, this fight put him back there. Is he really that? I hope so. I hope this was not just like a little one-hit wonder, like just, hey, let me show everybody I'm back, and that's just a one-time deal. I hope he really is back and got that fire in him, the eye of the tiger, to go out there and do some damage at 126. Because look, honestly, I like the kid, man, but his fighting style, man, especially the last few times, it was just like boring, dog. Like a lot of slap punches. I didn't care for it. I didn't really like it. This time around, it was good, and I really, really enjoyed it, man. So, I mean, Mikey, what do you want to see from Figueroa?
Oh man, he's at 35. No, he's at 30, right?
No, 26.
26. I don't know. What's his name? He beat Farmer. There. Who was it? The tall Espinoza's in there, right?
Yeah, he's in.
Spinoza's. That's a good fight right there. They were talking about that. Uh, what's in the, they're both gonna fight. They're 126 if I'm not mistaken. Sugar Nunez.
Nunez. Yeah.
Nunez and Navarrete. Like, there's a lot of good fights. There's a lot of good fights. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really good fights. In your opinion, Mikey, does he need to run it back with Stephen Fulton? I don't think Stephen Fulton makes 126 anymore. But Figueroa is a big dude for 126. Does he
Yeah.
need to run it back with Fulton?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Fulton has his number. I think Fulton, although Fulton got destroyed his last fight and Fulton's on the decline, I don't think he made weight. Yeah, I think Fulton has a number. Plus, there's better fights out there, like those names I named: Spinoza, Nunez, Navarrete, uh, the one that just beat Farmer, Fulton's Farmer, right? No, uh,
Um,
Shushu
yeah, Shushu Carrington's at 126. Yes.
Shushu Carrington. Shout out to Shushu. He won my heart. Uh, Man, he's fire. I like Shushu. There's a lot of names, so I don't even need to see that Fulton fight. I don't think people want it. They don't care.
I haven't heard anybody bring it up. And part of that reason is because Fulton, they had to move weights to 135 because he didn't make 130. But like I said, Brandon's a big kid, so he could move to 130. I believe pretty easily. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fulton, it looks like he's the one that lost the eye of the tiger on the real, man. So, um, him versus Shushu, that'd be good. Him versus Espinosa will be great. I just hope that he's back, Mikey. I hope he really is back. Let me get to
New trainer, right? He has a new trainer,
he's
right?
he's with Manny.
Manny Robles yeah, that's his first fight with Manny, if I'm not mistaken.
I isn't it his second fight?
Second fight
Or,
with Manny.
hey, but let's listen to Manny Robles real quick, man, on all that
Okay.
drama.
Louison for the Ring magazine here with
You can hear that, right?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay.
Manny Robles as your man. Brandon Figueroa has just become world champion once again. And another time, a Manny Robles fighter upsets the apple cart once again. How do you keep doing it?
These things just keep happening, man. I'm grateful. I thank God for putting me here. We're thankful to Nick Ball for the opportunity. He's a great champion, great fighter. We knew we were going to have our hands full tonight, and proud of Brandon. Had a great training camp, great sparring partners. I mean, we had a good game plan, as you can see, and it worked.
Yeah, you had a couple nominees at the Ring Awards last, obviously Trainer of the Year and the Brazendis as well. I think you maybe with this win already, you put yourself in there for next year.
I don't think about these things.
Happen.
I don't work to be the Trainer of the Year. I work to make sure these kids become world champions. Give them an opportunity.
Hey, real quick, Mikey, what's your thoughts on Manny Robles as a trainer?
Oh man, he's a great trainer. The names the things he's done, resurrected fighters. There was once upon a time when everyone left Manny Robles. Now they're coming back, and he's got other fighters in Southern Cali. Man, it's him and Robert Garcia that are ahead of the game right now. I respect Manny Robles, man. I like his coaching style.
All right, I want to get right now. They're just interviewing, but they're going to get to the drama that happened. I want to see what he says with that. But do you think he's as good or even better than Robert Garcia? The difference is that Robert Garcia just has the top fighters.
He's as good, dude. What he did with a chubby guy that no one gave a chance. If Robert Garcia had Maidana and he would have knocked out Floyd Mayweather or something, like, yeah, Robert Garcia hasn't won the biggest fight up there. Like if Robert Garcia faced Canelo or something, knocking him out. Oh, yeah. So if Robert Garcia takes Bam and he knocks out Inoue, yeah, this guy did something that a Mexican heavyweight, he knocked out that heavyweight. I think he's up there with him, Ed. I think he's up there with him.
Yeah, I think I I just think he's missing the superstar power.
Yeah.
If he has superstars in his camp, I think that's the only thing.
At greatness, and this is what we work for. And one day, for me to see him become a three-time world champion and now do it together as a team, it means the entire world to me.
Yeah, I mean, what did you make of the fight? As it went into the 12th round, the knockout.
It's a great fight. We were winning by split. I checked the scorecards. We were up by and we got the knockout at the end. It's amazing.
I see it was pretty hostile towards the end there. What's going on there? I see you got hit as well.
All right, there's what I want to hear right here.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I got hit a couple of times, and I apologize. And listen, I've always said this, and I'll say it again. I've said it time and time again. The UK fans, the British fans are the best fans in boxing, far none. I don't care what anybody says. Every time I come out here, I was so happy to be in that ring before the fight started. With the Sweet Caroline and everybody's singing and everybody's pumped up for the fight. I love that. I love that about the British fans, and they're so supportive of their fighters. And I really do hope that they don't stop supporting Nick Ball. He's an amazing fighter, incredible. And I tip my head out to him, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for him, his coaches, his entire team. He's a great champion.
Yeah, how proud can you be of Brandon? Someone obviously becoming world champion again. It's not always been an easy road for him, but obviously to have nights like tonight, do you think that sends out an inspiration to a lot of fighters? Say
absolutely, mentally, physically, and once they give me a name and they tell me who's next, and that's what we do. That's what we.
Brilliant. Well, Manny, I appreciate the time as always, and we know always now.
He didn't even really address it, man. All right. Well, I don't want to be looking for it, but Mikey, he did say that Nick Ball's hand wraps were wrapped before anybody could go and check Nick Ball's hand wraps. They're like, hey, he said there was a couple of fishy things that are going on over there. That was one of the biggest things that it's like, okay, let me know when Nick Ball is going to get his hands wrapped so I could get somebody from my camp to go into the locker room and check it. And they said, oh, his hands are already wrapped. And that the commission said, like, hey, what's done is done. They're not going to make them take them off and do it again. Mikey, that's always kind of fishy to me, dog. Isn't it to you?
Yeah. We seen boxers cheat. We seen it. Margarito, you want to bring that up? Yeah, no, you have to have the opponent's present when you're wrapping the hands. Anything could happen. Any little thing you could use that as an advantage, and we see Margarito destroy Cotto like how, and then we see Margarito didn't do anything. His power diminished when he fought Sugar Shane Mosley because he wasn't using the same wrap, so it was kind of fishy. So we've seen this. You have to have your opponent present, a representative present. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let me see. Mikey, are the UK fans the best fans?
They're one of the best fans. I like it. I like that you could feel it when you're watching it on TV. We got Mexican fans. The American fans are crazy too. Well, it's mostly Chicanos because we keep the sport alive. When I say it's Mexicans and Mexican Americans, I go to Mexico and it's crazy there too.
You know what, man? It's sad to say, but as it stands, at least right now, yeah, they're definitely. If they're not one, they're 1A. But yeah, they're definitely there, man. That's for damn sure. All right, let me see if I could. Shoot. Okay. I said expensive to everybody. I kind of got to this a little bit late, man. I set everything up like super duper late. But if anybody wants to go ahead and call in, there's a lot of cheeseman going around. There's a number right there. If anybody wants to call in, man. All right. Mikey, I don't know if you saw Deontay Wilder. He's saying that he's gonna get a documentary or that he's working on a documentary, and in all that, everything's gonna be revealed on that Tyson Fury cheated, all that stuff. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Do I think he's full of it, Mikey? 100%. But I'm gonna be real, Holmes. I want to see this documentary.
Yeah.
I for damn sure want to see this documentary. I don't know when it comes out. I don't know what's really he's gonna be, doing. I don't think it really answers any questions. I think he's just gonna be on there just saying like, "Hey, look, all the footage that we've seen already, everything. I think that's what's gonna be in the documentary." He's saying that he's got so much more evidence. I don't think he does, but I definitely want to see this documentary, dog. For damn sure, I want to see this documentary. So, and another thing, Mikey, Zuffa is crowning its first champion. Jail Pataya has a fight. I forgot against who. And they're making their own belt, which is kind of tripping me out. Like, are they gonna be using the ring belt? But Zuffa said, hey, they're making their own belt as well. So I'm just kind of like, okay, so are they gonna be using both belts? But what's your thoughts, Mikey, on Zuffa crowning their first champion?
Yeah, just it's just I don't really understand. There's a lot of things developing, and before they said that they're not going to use any belt. Now there's another belt. I don't know, Ed. I don't know what to think. And now I don't know if you heard they're cutting off divisions too. They're only going to have like 5 divisions or 7 divisions. I don't know, 5 divisions, something like that. I was just reading today. Is it? I gotta compare it to the UFC model, but the UFC does not have 2 belts per division, so.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. They just got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, man. I didn't read that. I didn't read that they cut a few divisions. I know
Yeah.
I think at first they're saying they're going with like the original 8 divisions or something like that. I don't know if they cut back on a few. Maybe they did, at least for the short time being. I'm not even really sure. But
Like they don't want 168 pounds. That's the one that stood out. Like they don't want 168. Like what? Yeah, something like that.
okay, okay. But they're crowning their first champion. So I mean, at least with that, if John Pataya is going to be the first Zuffa champion, I would say this: at the very least, he is the top guy in his division, right? He is the top guy in the cruiserweight division. Does anybody really care about the cruiserweight division? Not really. I don't even think many Americans even really care about Jaya Pataya, dog. I think he's the best in that division, better than Zurdo. But that fight's not happening. So, but at least they got one of the top guys to at least have their first Zuffa champion, I guess. So USC has interim belts. Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking on that, Mikey, Mauricio Suleiman, he made the rounds, right? I didn't watch when he was on there with Paulie Malignaggi and with the guys from boxing scene. I saw the one that he did with Chris Mannix. This dude comes out more crooked than a damn used car salesman, dog, trying to sell you a. I swear, dog. So he said the reason why he never stripped Jamal Charlo over 2 years was because Jamal Charlo told him that he's thinking about committing suicide, and the only reason why he doesn't commit suicide is because he's WBC champion.
Oh
What's your
my God.
what's your thoughts on that, dog? Do you think that's a valid? First of all, I'm not even sure he's telling the truth, but do you think that's a valid reason? Like,
Oh man, that's is not a valid reason. There's rules. Like this isn't freaking I don't know, church or something. When okay. There's rules. If you're not active, man, send some help, but you're not gonna be a champion. And I think it's all bull. It's all bull. The WBC is we be cheating. That's what they call it. They're liars. They're cheaters. Like they make up rules while they wing it. There's belts and this belt. It's just like Mauricio's. Yeah, nah. It's all bull. It's all bull.
yeah, for one, I don't believe it. Chris Mannix, but Chris Mannix had to play the part like, oh, that's something serious. Okay. Well, look, if somebody is so insane and so crazy like that, you just say, like, okay, fine, keep the belt. All right, just keep the belt, but you don't necessarily have to keep him as WBC champion. You go on with the sport. The sport can just continue. Instead, you go ahead and put an interim champion because the guy that is mentally insane that he's gonna kill himself, he's the real champion. Dog, what the heck are you doing? Does he understand how stupid that sounds, Mikey? Does he
He's
understand
just,
that I'm gonna make an interim title? Okay. But the real champion is the dude that's insane in the membrane that is talking about killing himself. So in that case, just everybody just who wins the title, just say like, hey, I'm suffering from mental health issues and I don't want to fight, but if you take it from me, I'll kill myself.
exactly.
That is so ridiculous, dog. There was so much just with this interview with Suleiman and these sanctioning bodies, dog. These I don't mean to trash them all the time, dog. Okay, there's some good that they do, but the fees and everything, Mikey, I think we're coming into a different era where he's all like, those are the rules. Those are the rules. Shakur, he went up in weight, not for the WBA, I believe it was, or maybe the WBO, but he still had to pay us, the WBC, because those are the rules. Mikey, I don't think fighters are really going with that route anymore, dog. If you're not fighting for the title, for their title, why do you have to pay? I mean, if you're gonna keep on saying because those are the rules, at some point fighters are gonna say like, well, then change the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, Shakur got stripped because he went up to 140, right, to fight for a different belt. But in order to fight for that different belt, the WBC still wanted to charge him to fight for a belt that's not the WBC. Shakur decided not to do it, not to pay, not to follow suit. And that's when Chris Max was like, okay, but what's with the rule? And Mauricio just kept on saying, those are the rules. Those are okay, but why is that the rule? If he's not fighting for your belt, why does he need to pay you if he's fighting for another sanctioned body belt? I
Yeah.
think the era is definitely changing, dog.
Yeah.
think
Yeah. No, I don't know the ins and outs. Yeah, Shakur did get stripped. Uh, those are the rules. Those I just say I consider myself those are the rules because those are the rules. But in reality, maybe those rules need to get changed. This is a revolution. Started with Terrence Crawford. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hey, Dimitro. Yeah, dog, he looked he looked pretty upset with them, dog. I recommend everybody go check that interview out. I didn't see the other interview they did with Boxing Scene. That one seemed a little bit more calmado. It seemed like Paulie Malignaggi, he was super duper respectful. And I'm not telling anybody to be disrespectful, but he kept calling him Mr. Suleiman and thank you, Mr. Suleiman, and thank you, sir. And it was a lot more respectable. But with Chris Maddox, it was a little bit more straightforward. I recommend everybody go check that out because uh it just kind of pulled the covers, man, from Mauricio. Hey, Mikey. Okay, so Connor Ben, right? Are we gonna get him versus Shakur Stevenson? No, we're not. It actually looks, Monkey, like he is going to be going after Rolly Romero. Now, this is Connor Ben saying this, right? At least his camp saying this. They're looking to go after a Rolly Romero fight, and the winner of that fight to get the winner of Barrios versus Ryan. Mikey, if it goes down that way, dog, who are the last two standing to fight each other?
Man, I think Connor Ben could beat Rolly. I mean Rolly, yeah, he could land a shot, but I think Connor Ben could beat Rolly. And that Barrios versus Garcia, I don't know. I haven't been right in a while, Ed. So I'm probably gonna be wrong in this. I'm edging for Barrios, the underdog. I've been going for the underdogs a lot lately. I think Barrios could do an upset, man.
Okay, who has a better chance, Mikey? Barrios or Rolly?
Barrios.
Okay.
Barrios has a better chance. I think so. Barrios is
Okay.
big. He's big. He can box. And Garcia, is he focused? I just see him on TikTok all the time, on Instagram and all that. So I think so.
Is Rolly versus Connor? Is that a toss-up fight to you?
I don't think so. I think Connor's got more skills in him. Connor's gonna run. He's got to touch him in that chin, and Connor Ben's not scared. Ryan felt the power and he got scared. I think Connor Ben, he could maneuver and get away from the basic boxing skills. And Rolly has power, but I think Connor Ben could maneuver off of that and rush him and beat him. Probably even stop him. No, and stop him. It's not gonna go 12.
Look, I'll agree with you on this, dog. I think Ryan felt the power for Rolly, and that was it. He was gun shy. He was gun shy, which says something about Ryan, right? Connor's a dog, homie. Connor's a dog. If people don't like him, that's fine. You don't gotta like the guy, but he's a dog, man. I think he would take. I think it's a good fight, Mikey. I hope they make Ryan. I'm sorry, the Ryan Barrios. That's already made. We'll talk about that next week. But the Ben versus Rolly, I'm gonna be real, man. I actually would. I'm excited for that fight if it were to get made. I want to see that fight, dog.
Yeah, but why? You think Rolly would do something to Connor? Would make Connor go? It's just like, look at what Pitbull Cruz did to Rolly. Pitbull Cruz is like Connor Ben. Connor Ben rushes you. He's a banger. He'll come forward and make and Rolly, and that's what Pitbull Cruz did to Rolly. He was coming forward, and I think Connor could take those shots away. His defense is good enough. Move his head, and then he's gonna turn him off. Just touch him, and you can't be scared. And Ryan got scared. I think Connor will stop him.
Connor could attract more Mexican fans than Ryan, Rolly, and Mario. You know what? Okay, not more than Ryan. Not more than Ryan. Yeah, not more than Ryan. Then Rolly, I think Rolly's Cubano. But then Mario, yeah, probably, man. Connor, Connor knows some pretty damn good Spanish. You're right about that, Dimitro. I heard him speak Spanish, and it's close to perfect, man. He speaks it pretty damn good. But look, when it comes to Rolly versus Connor, right? I think it's a good fight because Rolly is strong. He is strong, man. He is not dehydrating himself like he did against Tank Davis. Okay. He is strong. You can see it just in his physique and his back and everything, man. I'm like, okay, this guy, he's found his man strength, right? I still don't think he's good, Mikey. I still think he's kind of a clown, but but he's strong, though. And I think he can take punches and he can give punches. Do I think he's got great boxing skills? No, I think Connor would definitely take Rolly down. And when it comes to next week's fight, I'm kind of with you, man. I'm kind of with you, dog. I kind of lost it on Ryan already. I'm kind of with you on that. But Mikey, you mentioned somebody's name right there. You mentioned Pitbull Cruz. Okay, Pitbull and his manager are, making the rounds. Maybe not Pitbull so much, but his manager, right? Are making the rounds talking about that they want to run it back with Tank Davis. That they're looking for Tank Davis, dog. That's the fight that they want. I'm going to tell you this, Mikey. Pitbull, in my opinion, dog, I never thought he was great.
You don't like Pitbull. You don't like him.
Yeah, I never thought he was great. I thought he was fun to watch. In my opinion, Mikey, that candle has burned out. Not burned out where like I don't want to see him fight anymore. I mean, it's burned out to the point where it's like he's not going to go anywhere anymore. He may have some fun fights, but at this point, I think he's just a placeholder. He's a journeyman. He's a gatekeeper. That's about it. You're just going to put him in there to beat him, to say like you beat Pitbull Cruz. What's your thoughts of Pitbull Cruz? Because they're trying to get in the news right now.
Yeah, they're saying Pitbull Cruz versus Shakur Stevens. They're saying that. I mean, if styles make fights, you got to put people. Like I always said it. I like Pitbull Cruz. I like his technique. I like his style. I like he needs to run it back with what's the name that he just fought. But Pitbull Cruz, yeah, he is kind of like a gatekeeper, and you got to match him right. You put him with Shakur, I think Shakur will outbox him, and yeah, he's too big. But I think you put him with Dalton Smith, that's a good fight. Versus Matias, that's a good fight. Pitbull Cruz versus your boy Conor Ben, that's a good fight. Like if you match him up with that, but if you match him up with Shakur or I gotta think of other names. No, they just gotta box him.
Nah, well, I mean, he can't fight Conor Ben because he's too big, dog. I mean, Pitbull is already small for 140. If he goes in there with guys like Subriel Matias, I think that's a fun fight, right? Anybody who can box, I think will completely outbox him. Pitbull, look, he's fun. The dude doesn't throw jabs. I don't think he's got great boxing skills. He throws a lot of hooks and uppercuts, which makes it fun. It makes it fun. It makes it exciting, and he can cause some damage. Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't think he's got the box. Look, he struggled. He went life and death with Lamont Roach, right? Pitbull. I mean, he knocked out Rolly. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, he knocked out Rolly.
He knocked out Rolly, dog. That's
and Rolly's the champion at 47, right? So it's just like he. Come on, you got to match him up right, and Lamar Roach is not a little guy. Lamar Roach is what 5'8", 5'9". If you look at box sport, he's not a little guy. So that's what I'm saying. You got to match him up. Maybe with Conor Ben, no, but you got to match him right. That's he's an enano, but he is exciting, and you got to match him up right. If you put him with Shakur, I think Shakur will box him with any boxer. But if you put him with bangers, you're gonna have a great fight.
I think his time is up, dog. First of all, I don't even really like him at 140. He is too small for 140. If he stays there, cool. He stays there. I think any top 140 guy, you know who could come back and probably fight a Pitbull Cruz in a comeback fight? Maybe like a Teofimo Lopez. If Teo wants to come back in a comeback fight after losing to Shakur, maybe he could get a Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz is somewhat of a name. Maybe he could say like, hey, maybe I get this guy. And I think Teo beats Pitbull. I think anybody who has some boxing ability, some boxing skills can just outbox Pitbull, dog. Because Pitbull is just a come forward guy. He's there throw nothing but hooks and uppercuts. He's not really going to work his way into much. He just kind of bull rushes you and throws a lot of power shots, which, like I said, it's fun, and I like it, and I like to see it. That's why I would like to see him fight guys like Subriel Matias. I'd like to see him go back down to 135 and fight Camarón Zepeda. I think that would be a straight banger, Mikey. But outside of that, for him chasing Tank Davis, I mean, Tank Davis has a lot of legal issues. I've said it before. I say it again. I do think Tank Davis fights again. I do. I think he hurts for money, whether he gets locked up or whether he doesn't get locked up. I still think he fights, dog, because he needs the money. But if you were in Pitbull's corner, if you're part of the team, where do you take his career? Who's next for Pitbull Cruz?
Man, Pitbull Cruz does have a following. He's entertaining. I wouldn't mind seeing Pitbull Cruz versus Dalton Smith. Why not? That's a banger right there. I wouldn't mind seeing that one. And you know that the Mexican fighters, the Europeans have trouble with Mexican fighters. They were talking about that, and we seen Mexicans go to the UK and they beat them. The little shorty Mexicans versus tall Europeans. I want to see that one. Dalton Smith versus Pitbull Cruz.
That'd be good, man. That'd be good. Him against Dalton Smith. I'd like to see that.
Bangers.
And I just make it clear. I don't hate Pitbull Cruz. I don't hate. He's fun to watch. I like the guy. I just don't think he's great. He's fun.
He's not great.
No, he's fun to watch. And the hype for him to be great one day, I think that candle is burnt out. I think now this is just exactly who he is. He's just gonna have some fun fights. Yeah, maybe he could beat Dalton Smith. Maybe so. But I
Yeah.
don't think top guy at 140. I don't even know if he could be top guy at 135 if he goes down. I picked Andy Cruz over him. I picked Murataya over him. I just want to see him in some great fights, like a Camarón Zepeda. I think that's going to be a banger, dog.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. That'll be a banger.
Yeah, straight up, man. But anyway, Mikey, anything else, brother, before we wrap it up?
No, just that Ryan's coming up. That's I'm leaning with Barrios for now, but we'll break it down.
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And you know what? I don't think I even had the phone on. I'm not.
Oh,
Maybe I had it off. Gosh darn it. All right. Let's spend some, man. If anybody try to call in, dog, I don't think I actually turned it on. Damn it. All right. Well, shout outs to David Contreras. He was in Orlando. He'll be back here next week. We got the big stuff next weekend, Mikey. So I'm looking forward to that, big dog. I am, man. And I really want to break down that Barrios and Ryan fight, because it just seems like everybody thinks that this is a layup for Ryan. I'm not so sure about that, homie. I'm not so sure about that. But
yeah, now Barrios he's got skills. He's been around the block a little bit. He's been in the ring with Pitbull, like I said, now with Pacquiao, and he's a big kid. He's like 6'1". Garcia doesn't take it serious. His dad is his trainer. It's just like we already seen with Teofimo Lopez and his dad what happened. They totally choked. This could probably happen also.
Man, I do not see this going the way most see it going. Everybody is saying that this is a layup for Ryan Garcia. I'm telling everybody, this is not going to go down like that, man. But we'll break that down next week. All right. Hey, shout out to our brother, David Contreras, Mike Zavala, Mikey TV 365, Cholo Chocolates, Chingones Boxing. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it. So we come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.
All right.